Okay, one more problem here. I think the toughest thing about this one is finding that missing side. We need to find this missing side. Leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared. Alright, so I'm going to have one leg is 12. One leg is unknown, x. And the hypotenuse is known. Hypotenuse opposite of here, right? So we got to find all three sides so we can do these trig ratios. 24 squared. Okay, so x squared equals 24 squared minus 12 squared. Put that all in calculator. X equals square root of 24 squared minus 12 squared. Stick that in our calculator. Square root of 24 squared minus 12 squared equals 12 square root of 3. And I believe it wants you to leave it like that. I hope so. 12 square root of 3. Sometimes it comes out like that. We could go into how this is a special right triangle, but we're not going to worry about that right now. If you remember about your special right triangles, that's great. X equals 12 square root of 3. So that's the first step. Now we got our ratios again, and this is our angle theta up here. You can label these if you want to. This is a hypotenuse. First thing I label is the special one, hypotenuse. And this is adjacent, right next to my angle, touching my angle. This is opposite of my angle, right? This is on the opposite side from my angle. This is my opposite. So you line up your triangle correctly, right? And here we go. Sine of theta, opposite over hypotenuse. 12 square root of 3 over 24. And your calculator will simplify that for you if you want to. Square root of 3 over 2. Alright, special angles. Later, the next lesson, if there was a next lesson, we'd go into figuring out what these angles are, and then we do these special right triangles. This is one of the special right triangles. Okay, we're not going to do all that. We're going to go home for the summer, go to a new school in England or whatever you're doing. Okay, cosine adjacent over hypotenuse. Ooh, this one's nice and easy. Adjacent is 12 and hypotenuse is 24. So the cosine of theta is 1/2. Okay, so what is that theta? I know you're all wanting to know that. How do you get that? Oh, that'd be the next lesson. I know you guys are sad that this semester of college algebra is ending too soon. We should just keep on going, shouldn't we? All right. Right, Khalid? Khalid would love it if we just kept on. Okay. Tangent, remember, is our slope of this angle, slope of this line if we were to turn this up, right? So I'm going to have opposite over adjacent. 12 square root of 3 over 12. So that's square root of 3. Okay, opposite over adjacent. Then we do our inverses. I do them in this order. My math lab's forcing you to do it in a different order. You could write them all down on paper, or you can watch this and do the ones in order that you want to do. Cotangent of theta is going to be this flipped over, or we can do this in adjacent over hypotenuse. 12 over 12 square root of 3. That'd be 1 over the square root of 3. But it doesn't want that. 1 over square root of 3. You always got to rationalize the denominator, right? Multiply by square root of 3 over the square root of 3. You're going to get square root of 3 over 3. And let's put that in the calculator just for fun. Just to double check Mr. Chad here before he goes too fast. Where's that fraction button? There it is. 1 on the top. Or we just put 12. 12 divided by 12 square root of 3 equals square root of 3 over 3. All right. So, believe it or not, isn't that funny when you see these? Square root of 3, if you put 1 over the square root of 3, you get square root of 3 over 3. So, if you don't remember how to rationalize the denominator, make sure you use your calculator. Secant is 1 over cosine. If you just put this, if you take cosine and put 1 over 1/2 in your calculator, you get 2. What's the inverse of 1/2? 2. So, great review of all kinds of knowledge in this trig. So you could spend a whole semester on trigonometry. And maybe you did in high school. Because there's so much to it, and it connects so many different things. And then the study of trig functions gets into wave motion, and that describes so many things in mechanics and music and waves, actual waves, and electricity, light, so many things. It all comes from right triangles, believe it or not. Okay, cosecant 1 over sine. Cosecant of this angle would be the hypotenuse over opposite. So 24 over 12 square root of 3 is going to be 2 over the square root of 3 is going to be 2 square root of 3 over 3. You can stick that in your calculator and make sure you get that. So if I flip that one over, if I flip sine over and then rationalize the denominator, that's what I get. All right, good luck, guys. I know this is a little bit tricky with all that review of radicals, review of irrational numbers, but there we go. Find the missing side, set up all your ratios, let your calculator do the work if you want, or you can review all that good radical irrational numbers. All right, guys, take care. Thanks a lot. Ramadan Mubarak.